That's okay, right? Good evening. I just wanted to be available. My name is Ann Boren-Bozen, and I am the IB coordinator here at Oakland High School. And hopefully you got a minute to watch our presentation for our information night. But I know that a lot of parents have questions even after watching a video, or just might have specific things they want to ask. So I wanted to give you the opportunity tonight to go ahead and type in the chat if you have a question, and we can read over it and answer it. So if you haven't looked at the information night video, go ahead and go to our Oakland High School website when you get a chance, and it should be under academics and then International Baccalaureate. There will be a link for a YouTube video that shows the presentation with a voiceover. Okay.
Can a student who is currently a sophomore at a different school apply to your IB program?
Okay, so if a student is already in high school, they can definitely apply to the program. Instead of asking for 7th and 8th grade test grades, we would ask for more current ones. I know the most current scores we have right now are 2018 and 2019. So that year and possibly the year before. And then their grades from 9th grade as well.
Can you explain more about the TOK class and classwork?
Okay, awesome. TOK is called Theory of Knowledge, and it's basically a philosophy-based class that teaches students to think and to question where they get their information from. It really touches every subject that they're taking. So they might have questions about how one learns in chemistry versus how one learns or decides to trust information in English or social studies. They take the class for one semester their junior year, and then the next semester it's a study hall. So it's great that it's already embedded into our program to have that study time, 3rd and 4th quarter. And then same with their senior year. They take it the first semester of their senior year, and then it's a study hall for 3rd and 4th quarter.
What is Oakland like if you're distributed to somewhere else?
What is Oakland like? It's a really wonderful program. Oakland's a really great school. It's I feel like it's a big family here, and it's great because you have such a wonderful and diverse population, and you get all of the benefits of an award-winning school, championship-winning school. We compete with our music programs, our sports programs, academics. We're just a very well-rounded school, I believe. We do not offer transportation. So if you're out of the zone, you would have to find your own transportation. There's one exception. There is a bus that does go from the Smyrna area to our school and back. So if you were in that area, I could definitely give you information once you are accepted to the program.
Do you currently have to be in AP classes to be considered?
So you don't have to currently be in AP classes. I know not every school might have AP available for 9th, 10th, 11th grade. We offer AP classes to our freshmen and sophomores to help them prepare. It is really a good tool to help them learn to study and to designate their priorities with time management. But no, it's not a requirement for IB. It just does help get them mentally ready. I know one question a lot of people have is what type, which is better? Is AP better than IB? And it just depends on what kind of child you have, or what kind of education you want for your child. What's the best fit? And IB is great because it's well-rounded. We focus on every subject, not just one that's strong. It teaches them to come away learning how to write in every subject, learning how to think in every subject, come up with new ideas, discuss things with an adult or their fellow classmates. So it really depends on the child, but we really work on the whole child development.
Will dual enrollment be an option later on?
Dual enrollment is an option later on. When it comes to junior and senior year, the classes are full with IB. For example, like I said, we want to educate the whole student. So they will have the IB English, the IB history, math, science, foreign language, and then one more class in whatever they want, whether they want to double up in science or history. There is a little bit of wiggle room for dual enrollment, but it's usually for students who choose not to do the full IB. So the difference between full IB and partial IB is a student who is full IB is taking all of those classes that I just talked about, and they come out with the diploma based on how their test scores go. Partial IB is where, a lot like AP, where they could take 1, 2, 3 classes that are IB, and then also take AP or dual enrollment in those other courses. It just depends on what's best for your child.
What type of electives do IB students have available to take?
We have all sorts of electives. I can't even think. We have a really great band program, choir program. Those are also IB electives, so they do get the IB credit for those classes. IB art, they have mythology class. I can't think of, can you think of other electives? Theater, computer science, business management. They could also take other maybe health-based classes if they wanted to, 1 or 2 classes of those things. We also have a lot of clubs. It's been difficult for them to learn this, to meet in person, but we do have a lot of clubs that meet virtually this year. We have an ethics bowl club, which is like a debate class, and we go and compete with other IB schools and non-IB schools in Knoxville. We have different sports clubs, sports teams. There's something for everybody, definitely here.
Being from a different school, what is the process if accepted for transferring? Okay,
great question. When you're accepted from another zone, you have to fill out the zone waiver, and the district will not accept your zone waiver unless you have the acceptance letter for IB attached to that zone waiver application. They released the zone waiver online on February 1st, and then that you attach with the zone waiver, the IB acceptance letter. Those come out between February 15th and March. So you have a little bit of time there. The zone waiver isn't due until May. So you have from February till May to get your acceptance letter for IB, fill out the zone waiver application online, attach a copy of that acceptance letter, and then you should be notified within a couple of weeks if it's been approved. It should be approved because that IB acceptance letter is the reason you're coming. You're not really waiting for a different circumstance for that waiver.
How many students are strictly IB and how many are partial IB?
Okay, good question. IB is for 11th and 12th grade. So when you're in 9th and 10th grade, you take something called MYP, Middle Years Program. It's like a pre-IB class. And those classes are often taught by those who teach the full IB class as well, and they help prepare the students for IB. We have about 80 freshmen, 80 sophomores, and then juniors. Full IB is about 40, and partial is about the other 40. And then when you get to the senior year, it's about the same, maybe 35, and then the rest are partial. It is a rigorous program. It's definitely a challenge, and a lot of students are ready and willing to make the challenge, and our freshmen and sophomore teachers really work hard to prepare them. And we have mentors. We have myself, the IB coordinator, so I look after each of these students. We have our CAS coordinator, who is our volunteer hour coordinator. She monitors each student as well. We have the extended essay coordinator. So it's another person looking after your child, making sure that he or she is prepared and on their way to getting the diploma. So we do offer a lot of extra support here, not just signing up for the classes and all being on the teachers.
Can you remind me, please, what test scores need to be submitted for rising ninth graders?
Okay, so for a rising ninth grader, you should be in the 80th percentile in the ELA score and the math score. Try to get the two most recent test scores. If you're a public school, that's the TN Ready test from 2018-2019 and the 2017-2018 year. If you're a private school, we take the Iowa test, the ITBS test, the Stanford test. We even take pre-ACT scores if you have taken the pre-ACT as well.
How do you estimate the homework load for both MYP and IB programs?
So we meet, regarding homework, we are right now an AB block schedule. So we have classes that meet every other day. So they only see 4 teachers in one given day. And I tell students that your homework shouldn't take longer than that class period. So if a class is 90 minutes, the class homework shouldn't take more than 90 minutes as well. Now, if you're not understanding a specific lesson or unit, you might need to spend a little bit more time, or if there's a large test coming up, there would be homework for that too. We do have a good balance of classes. For example, when you're a freshman, you might take AP human geography, but you also probably have PE and health class. So you do have one class that's very fast paced and moving, and then the other one kind of doesn't have any homework expectations. So usually we try to find a good balance for that. And your sophomore year, you might take driver's ed and then take personal finance. So those classes don't necessarily entail homework. So we try to balance, but we also do offer the opportunity, if your student wanted to take as many advanced classes as they could, we can do that too. But we want to do what's best for the pace of your child.
Do you have an interview process?
Right now, we do not have an interview process. We do offer an area on the application where you can write anything that you feel that we would need to know upon reviewing your application. So if you have maybe issues with anxiety and testing, that's something that would be helpful for us in case it showed on the test scores, or anything that you feel. I really like it when the student enters that information themselves about anything that I would need to know to take special consideration for them. One thing I just want to reiterate is that these classes are challenging. This is a program with top students in the county. We are, a small magnet within the larger school, but our classes are meant to challenge, and our teachers are trained by IB, whether it's ninth grade or 12th grade. So they will be prepared when they go to college, and they will be challenged. And there are some times when it's uncomfortable, when you don't understand something and that confusion sets in, but they really learn and grow through the program throughout those 4 years.
What's the breakdown on your ability to take electives when you're fully IB?
Okay, so for electives and IB, it just depends on what the electives are. For example, we offer what's called early day if you're music. So you can take an IB music class and it doesn't even interfere with the 7-period schedule because it meets before first period. We can also substitute out that TOK class to be during your study hall time, which would open up another period for an elective. We do have room for 2 electives at a time in your junior year and then your senior year. So that's 4 electives total. If you are further along in one subject, for example, Spanish, you might be able to take your test your junior year, opening up again another slot in your senior year schedule. So that's not a, we don't have a precise answer for that, but it could be anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4 periods. Can you think of anything else I need to add?
Yeah, I would just go back to the video and pay attention to what those former students say about how important the program was to them.
Yeah, so we do have the student testimonials on the video, and that really helps. I especially like one of the students who goes to Penn. She's a physics major, and she talked about learning to write in science class, and that's not something you would think of pairing together, is how to write and learning how to put your thoughts on paper regarding science. So I thought that was something very interesting in her testimonial. It's time to go.
Besides Spanish, what other languages are offered?
Right now, we offer Latin and Spanish. We don't have a third option right now. COVID kind of hit us with that one hard, and we lost a foreign language class. So we're hoping, we're always looking to expand our foreign language program. We do offer French 1 and 2, but not for the IB class. Okay, well, I think we will close it up tonight. Hopefully, I can put this recording up in case anybody wants to watch it again or has any questions. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. Oh, there's another question.
Since no one took the 10 Ready last year due to COVID, do we need to send in 5th and 6th grade scores?
Right. You'll want to send the last 2 years of a recent test score. So if those are the most recent ones you have because of last year's COVID testing, or or sorry, COVID negating the tests, yeah, please submit just the most recent 2 years that you have. All right, like I said, you can feel free to email me if you have additional questions. It's at the end of the presentation that's on the academic site. It's also under my name. If you can write it down, it's BOROM as in Michael, BOZIN as in Nancy, a@rcschools.net. And you can email me if you have a question. Okay, great. Thank you. Have a great night.